And just like that, it is the first day of July. When we say we are living as soon as possible, we definitely mean it. You're watching Smell the Coffee with Diana Master and Aina Raisa Koyo. How you doing, sweetie pie?
I'm doing great. How you doing, sweetie?
We are surviving. I done almost died, yo.
Yeah, your voice went.
Yeah.
And now it is back. Your voice, she is back.
She is back, but it's giving me anytime she could also just, like, I genuinely believe I had COVID. I kid you not. The way I was sick this weekend, hey? Shivers. At some point, I got an asthma attack in my sleep and thought I was going to die.
Oh, no.
I really missed my mom this weekend. I was like, if only my mom were here, I would be so much, like, not better, but then at least I don't have to be a parent to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because when my mom is there, I'm her baby.
Yes.
But then now, even when I'm sick, I have to take care of the child, and I have to cook, and I have to. It was rough. It was a rough weekend.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, so I want to talk about the English language and how the English language seems to be made up, right?
Yeah.
Because we've seen some of these words and we think to ourselves, huh? What? Yes. So there's a word that I want us to try and read. That word.
Featherstone. What? Featherstone you? Featherstone. Huh? What?
The correct pronunciation is
Feather.
No. Fanshawe.
Eh? Fanshawe.
Fanshawe.
Okay.
Where? How?
Where?
How?
Where is Fan and Shaw?
Because in my mind I'm like, Featherstone, huh? Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
how I said Featherstone, huh?
Fanshawe.
Fanshawe.
Fanshawe. How?
How?
Please.
What does it mean?
It's a place.
Oh, it's a place.
It's a place. It's Fanshawe.
So it's not English then?
No, it's English. It's English.
I don't think it's English.
It's British. British English. Fanshawe.
Yeah.
How do we, why can't we just spell it like that? You know, I don't understand Featherstone. Like,
You?
the ha,
You?
I can
Featherstone,
understand
you?
if we put an S there, right? And then we say Shaw, like SHAUGH. That I can understand reading it as Shaw. But how do we get fan from Featherstone? This is why people who are learning English say English is the most difficult language.
Yeah. Yo, thank God I learned English while I was still...
When you're young, yeah.
I would have never caught it.
You would have, because my mind is so blown. Because how is it you say walk, walked, but you can't say cut, cutted? The grammatical principles of English do not make sense. It's a made-up I know all languages are made up, but like English doesn't even follow proper.
That's why I don't enjoy English. You will never find me speaking English if I don't need to speak English. I only speak English during working hours.
When it's absolutely necessary.
When it's absolutely necessary. When I'm on TV, I'm speaking English. Office, I'm speaking English. Like 99% of my time,
it's
spent
in speaking Venek. Because honestly, even this word POIGNANT, right? The entire time was like, oh, poignant. Oh,
poignant.
It's poignant. Poignant. Colleagues.
Yes.
Huh? And the other word that took me out, ethereal.
Oh, okay.
Because I would always see it and I'm like, huh? How do you read this word?
Even thoroughly.
Yeah.
Thoroughly.
Thoroughly. But how is it thoroughly, but it's through?
Yes.
Make it make sense. Ethereal, I would always see it and I'm like, ethereal? Ethereal? Huh? And then I heard someone be like, yeah, no, so it's just very ethereal. I'm like, oh, that's how you say ethereal. Crazy. And the other word was, what's the word?
The other word that I can also now think of.
There's one, incorrect. Conglomerates.
Oh, yeah.
Conglomerates.
The group.
The group.
Why can't we just say the group?
The group.
Of something.
Conglomerate. I'm like, huh? Because I first heard of conglomerates when I was watching K-dramas. So now because you're reading the subtitles, in Korea it's very easy, the word is chaebol. Chaebol, so you just hear chaebol, chaebol, but then the translation is conglomerate. I'm like, conglomerate? What? And then I was watching another show and then I just hear, because he's part of some conglomerate group. I'm like, wait, run that back. What? Conglomerate. I'm like, conglomerate.
And that's on English per.
So please do read a lot of books, watch a lot of shows. If you read the newspaper and you see a big word, Google it so that you learn how to pronounce it, so that you don't embarrass yourself in front of people. Nevertheless, we'll be right back with our top stories.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Starting with some story that you probably didn't want to hear if you're a frequent flyer. Yes, crew members do have sex in the cockpit. Flight attendant comes clean on just how they do it. They're doing the deed at 30,000 feet. While frequent flyers are sitting back and enjoying the ride, freaky wingmen are too. This according to an in-flight insider who claims captains and cabin crew members secretly have sex in the sky. Here's how pilots and flight attendants join the Mile High Club while they're on the clock and you're in the passenger seats, began Sierra Mist, an experienced air hostess, in a jaw-dropping vid. The NSFW, or Not Safe for Work Know-It-All, explained. So there are at least 2 pilots in the flight deck, and there has to be at least 2 people in the flight deck at all times on the flight. If a pilot is hungry or has to pee, he has to come out of the flight deck, but a flight attendant has to go in there to replace him, added Mist. And that's how plans of initiation to join the Mile High Club are activated. It's a club for heat-seeking hedonists who prefer hanky-panky on a plane. The mid-air romps, which are not officially considered illegal offences, have been deemed icky by flight attendants such as Suzanne Bucknam, who's caught couples getting on in the filthy aircraft bathrooms and in their seats beneath blankets. Mist, however, isn't dismayed by the risque display. The Skyway siren even teased that she's enjoyed some coitus in the clouds during a shift or two. But for great sex on the fly, she says aviators and attendants must adhere to a strict set of rules. Number 1, Mist listed, make sure you work with a crew that you can trust who also know you plan to have sex.
Wow.
Number 2, you pick a flight that you know has a route that's normally a smooth ride, she continued. Once you have those 2 things, the third one is super easy, the brunette assured. Have 1 pilot come out of the cockpit and 1 flight attendant go in, and all the while unsuspecting jet setters are cluelessly waiting for coffee service. Passengers have absolutely no idea what is going on in that flight deck, Mist chuckled. The plane is on autopilot. Surprisingly, her hot and heavy revelation didn't surprise travelers. This is why all these planes are crashing, a commenter kidded, referring to the recent string of tragedies. Pilots are distracted by flight attendants.
Imagine.
Huh? Colleagues.
No, but I don't blame them though. The rides are long, the flights are long. So I get.
Yeah, Mile High Club, what? Yeah.
You need to be of service to other people and to yourself.
And to yourself.
Why is it?
Yes. You just have to fly with the right people.
Yes. Huh? Make it happen.
Make it happen. Now I can't ever look at flight attendants and pilots the same because I'll be there like. One person commented, no wonder one of my pilots, when he was seeing me off the plane, he was out of breath and sweaty. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I see you, King. Okay.
These people are forever in the air. I wonder when they get time to like really find real partners. That's why I guess they will just settle for one another.
Yeah.
Because they are constantly flying.
Like, especially if you guys are on the same route. But if you work for major airlines like Emirates or Qatar, it's very difficult for you to always be on the same flight with the same people. Yes, because you have to bid for flights. They don't just say, I know you're flying, but you bid for the flight. So let's say you want to go to Hong Kong. You have to constantly bid for Hong Kong. You won't always get Hong Kong. Yes, so you bid for the flights that you want. You don't just wake up one day and they tell you, oh, you're going wait.
Yeah.
For, like, especially for major airlines that have international destinations. If it's, for example, let's say Fly Safair, where you know it's Windhoek Joburg, most of the time it's the same crew.
Yeah.
But if it's for major airlines, you rarely get the same crew twice.
Okay.
They always switch them up. So, yeah, I think this is why I could never date a pilot. Because every 3 days he's in a different city.
Yes.
Yes,
No, meeting
colleagues.
everyone else.
Meeting everyone else.
Yes. Enjoying life.
Date a pilot or a flight attendant at your own risk.
But they come home, they get days off most.
They do get days off, but nah.
And then they can spend those days with you.
No, but like for 20 days out of the 30 days in the month,
Yeah,
they're in a different country with different people.
Yes, but nonetheless, let's move over to our next story. People are genuinely sad for Ashanti.
Why?
Because Nelly, that man, questioned if people really get up in the night when they hear their babies crying. So just for a bit of context, these two recently welcomed a new baby, right? So people are now dragging Nelly. One person said, this is not normal. Men should not get away with doing the bare minimum. And this was directed to Nelly, who recently admitted that he's on cruise control when it comes to parenting and is essentially living vicariously through Ashanti. While Karen is Ashanti's first child, Nelly shares 2 other children, and he also adopted his sister's children. Now, for some additional context, Nelly is 50, Ashanti is 44, and then they quietly got married in 2023. Of course, the couple previously dated back in the 2000s, and now they rekindled things romantically roughly 7 years after breaking up. Nelly also recently admitted that he is on cruise control, right? Now, the drama came from a clip. These two have a reality show together. Now, this whole drama came from a clip when Ashanti said that she was not feeling right that Nelly was going on tour while they just welcomed a new baby. And so then Ashanti said, Nelly responded, well, listen, it's all you. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't got nothing for him. Ashanti, he replied then to Ashanti. And then Ashanti was just left like, what do you mean? So he's basically saying he won't be involved until the baby starts walking and talking, but he can provide for all their needs, Ashanti's needs, the baby's need. Show me, if you need 2 million, holla your baby Nelly. He will swipe you out. He will cash you out immediately. But he doesn't want to wake up and, attend to the baby in the middle of the night. And he's going now on tour to go make music. Now Ashanti is not having that at all.
I would not be having it at all either, because also this is Ashanti's first child. Yes, for Nelly it's nothing new, but for Ashanti this is something new. And again, because of her biological clock, this could as well be the only child that she has. I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying, scientifically it could be. And this man is not even, I don't know why men think that just being there financially is enough. It's not enough. Postpartum is the pits.
Yeah.
It's the absolute pits. Depending on how you gave birth, if it's C-section, if it's normal delivery, just waking up to feed a crying baby. Colleagues.
And I think for me it will make me so bitter.
Yes, like you are there,
especially
snoring.
if I'm living with you, but you are sleeping next to me and the baby. Time after time, day after day, I have to wake up at 3, but you are there lying next to me snoring. I would become so
bruv.
bitter.
I will beat you. Like, I will literally
No
slap you.
violence.
Like, No, because that time you are there, you are suffering. This is why they say you should marry the right partner, so that postpartum is a breeze for you. Like, obviously, it's not like flawless.
Does it
but
make
it's
him the
easier.
wrong partner if he can't help you out with a baby, but does everything else right?
If he can't understand your concerns, then he's a wrong partner.
Okay.
Nevertheless, that brings us to the end of our top stories. Let us know what you think about some of the stories that we shared today. We'll be right back with our guest segment.
This morning on Smell the Coffee, we are talking all things crowns, sashes and heels. Joining us right now is Marco Kutsie. He is the National Director of the Miss NGO Namibia pageant. How are you doing?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. Talk to us about the purpose of the entire pageant, Miss NGO Namibia. What was the purpose of its creation?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. We get that question quite a lot because there are so many different beauty pageants in this country.
Yeah.
What makes ours unique, I would say, is the fact that our main focus is not on the beauty part, but more on the purpose part and giving back to community, being a servant and leading with your heart and from your heart. So back in 2019, there was an alarming rate of teenage pregnancies just during COVID time. So the founder, Mr. Andreas Robert, with the help of the Ministry of Education, wanted to combat the alarming rate and the increase of teenage pregnancies. So then he founded the pageant and we crowned the first Miss NGO. And then her advocacy started by combating teenage pregnancies and fighting for all things related to health and being a civil servant for the country. And this year it's our 5th edition.
Okay.
And we've grown tremendously. We also recently acquired the Miss World license.
Wow.
As people know, we sent Selma Kamanya under our
I was just
organization.
going to ask that.
Yes, so that's a big milestone for us.
And she did so well.
Yes, exceptionally well. We are extremely proud of her, and we cannot wait to see what the journey unfolds for us.
That's nice. So how do you then ensure that this event goes beyond beauty? Because you just mentioned now it's not all about beauty. Beauty is a small fraction of it, and that it focuses on community impact. What type of community impact initiatives is the organization involved in?
Okay, thank you. So like I said, beauty is skin deep as well. So beauty also comes from within inside. So our main purpose is to groom these girls and to empower them and mentor them. So they go through an extensive training course with a whole curriculum set up by us with the help from Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health and Social Services, where they go for all the trainings and they pitch their advocacy ideas to us, and we sit down and we brand it in such a way that they can go out there and teach and be civil servants. So we fight and combat HIV and AIDS awareness, teenage pregnancies, mental health. So yes, our focus is that these girls need to take what's close to their heart and make it close to our mission.
Yeah. You spoke now that you sent Selma Kamanya to Miss World. This conversation isn't about Miss World, but I just want to draw a reference to that. So in your selection process, what are you looking at? How do you see that, okay, now Selma is fit for Miss World, now we are going to select Aina for Miss NGO, and so forth and so on. What is your selection criteria?
Okay, yes. So the criteria for Miss NGO and Miss World is very similar. Miss World is very centered around beautiful purpose, and you need to have a voice. So we constantly tell the finalists over and over, we need to hear your story. We need to know what you stand for. and what you do. So basically our biggest and strongest criteria is you need to have a voice. You need to be able to go out there and be the voice.
Yeah.
For your platform and for our platform. You need to be there for the people.
Okay, so what are the winners receiving? Are they winning a house? Are they winning a car? Beauty products? What is in for the winners?
Okay, yes. So we are very, very happy and excited to announce that we have a lot of new sponsors lined up this year.
Nice.
Since we are an NGO, all our top 10 finalists will get their foundations registered under the NGO company.
Wow.
And the winner's registration will actually be paid for her completely.
Nice.
And then we also have sponsorships for workshops and training. And we also have workshops and training centered, like I said, around the advocacies. So we're there to help and empower them through their advocacies.
Okay.
Then we have beauty vouchers, like you said. We have designer sponsors on board. We have makeup artists on board. And then obviously we have in need of more sponsors. So any sponsors out there, NGO foundations that would like to get involved, please do get involved. Our contact details are on the social media pages. So please reach out. Any small contribution helps.
I want you to elaborate more on the NGO involvement. How can they get involved? What does them coming on board entail?
Okay, so the winner of Miss NGO becomes the national ambassador, for all NGOs in this country.
Okay.
So she basically represents them. So let us all take hands together, us as Miss NGO Foundation and the foundations out there. If we can join hands together, we'll just be stronger together. Yes.
Okay. What challenges have you faced as, you know, the national director organizing such a big beauty pageant, working with so many sponsors, working with so many contestants, so many people, artists, everyone is involved in this process. What are the challenges?
This is now a very cliche answer, but finances. Finances at the end of the day plays a very big role.
Right.
Because we do have productions that need to go out. We also have franchise fees that need to be paid. And we also have advocacies that we need to promote. So our aim is to provide funds to the girls to actually run their foundations. Because there's no point in having a foundation and there's no backup.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's finances. And after Selma Kamanya's achievement and placement at Miss World, all eyes all of a sudden is on our pageant. So the pressure there to keep up what, I don't want to say standard, but to keep up what we stand for is going to be very needed now. And we need to make sure that the visibility of what we stand for gets portrayed in the public eye.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are the long-term goals of Miss NGO Namibia?
Okay, so the long-term goal is to establish a Miss NGO pageant in most countries in Africa. We want a Miss NGO International. So currently we have talks with Tanzania and Kenya. They reach out to us to have a Miss NGO pageant in Kenya and a Miss NGO pageant in Tanzania. That's one of our long-term goals. And then obviously to continue empowering the next Miss World. Namibia.
Awesome. Finally, talk to us about the event. When is it taking place? What time? Where? Basically, all the 5 W's and the age.
Okay, thank you. So when? 31st of August. It's scheduled again at the Garden Inn Hotel, Hilton.
Nice.
In Windhoek.
Oh, very fancy. Very elegant.
Yes, and ticket sales is not yet out, but as soon as we have that details, it definitely will be shared. And I please ask the people that Namibia Nation just to look out on social media. All the training and campaigns and road shows that we're planning will be happening now. Just to support the girls and be there for them.
Yeah.
Because they need it the most.
Yes, it's that support that they need the most. Speaking of support, in what ways do you think the public, apart from just, you know, sending love and light on social media, How do you think the public can support these girls? Like, maybe let's take it from grassroots level, like the family members, the friends, and so forth.
Yes. It takes a village. And the girls need the support from the households and the family support, because that's where it starts. It's a mental game at the end of the day.
Yes.
And all I can say is these girls that we chose, all 10 of them, they have amazing stories to tell. They have hearts of gold. And I want the public to see that, and I want the family to support them in any way they can, especially on a ground roots level with the advocacies. Again, I'm emphasizing that we are a pageant for charity and we are a pageant for advocacies.
Yeah.
So that's where the family members can start. If the girls need transport money to go out in the community, please be that family member that gives the car or that gives the fuel or that provides for the soup kitchen.
Yes.
Because we are there for the people. We even unveiled a new crown talking about the for the people, called the People's Crown, because it's not just only for Miss NGO. The crown is for the people. She's there to serve the people.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Marco. We
Thank
wish
you very much for having me.
all the best with the event, and we cannot wait to see you usher in our new queen.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. We will be right back. Stick around.
And that's all for today, but fear not, we'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, do take care of yourselves and stay warm.